In the previous video, we constructed the interface for the drum sequencer. So the checkbox will indicate whether or not the drum plays. Now we have to construct the code that is the actual sequencer. We can create a snare drum hit just by sending the instrument to the snare instrument and then playing it for an eighth of a note. So we can use this code to make a snare drum code block. Every time we execute that block, the snare drum plays. Now let's set up a way of controlling the pattern. We'll create a variable that we'll call snare drum sequence. And now that we've got that, let's set up a list that will tell us whether or not we're going to play the drum or not. So if I have an X in the box, I'll play the drum. If there isn't an X, I'll just wait. So we should get a drum hit, 3 pauses, then another 2 drum hits, and then 2 more pauses. That should be our sequence. So let's set the variable to that. And we have a list that has that pattern. Now in order to use that pattern, we're going to use an if-then statement and say if item I of the drum sequence is an X, we'll play the snare drum, otherwise we'll rest for an eighth of a note. And we'll take this whole sequence and just do it forever. So now let's just click that. Let's speed it up a little bit. We can go change the tempo, and I'm going to move it from 60 to 120 beats per minute, so that should be twice as fast. Okay, so now we've gotten a mechanism that we can use to control the pattern of the drum hits. I'll create another code block that I'll call snare drum sequencer and drop that in. And now at this point, whenever that code block is executed, it will play the drum pattern that we specify by placing X's in the boxes where we want the drum hits to occur. In the next video, we'll need to combine the user interface with the drum sequencer code to have a complete drum sequencer program.